Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Friday, and it is March 7th, and this is my morning video where we like to take a look at the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also take a look at the JPY pairs, or at least a couple of them. If you haven't done so already, definitely do check out my free Discord channel, link down here in the corner or in the description of the video. If you'd like to check out my website, it's fxpipcollector.com. Get you access to all the stuff that listed below and more. So, anyways, I always like to start off looking at the news for the day. We have a lot of news coming out today. We got Lagarde speaking this morning from the European Central Bank. We got employment change and unemployment change, and we have all this non-farm payroll news coming out today. And we got Powell and Trump speaking today. Both of them are big market movers normally, so should be a pretty interesting Friday. That's for sure. We should see lots and lots of movement. Now, I like to start off on the US dollar index, and the US dollar index is sitting at the 50% Fibonacci retracement of this move up. It's also sitting at the Fibonacci extension, the 38% extension of the wave A projected out the top of the wave B. Definitely seems like an area of resistance. Definitely seems like we could make a pullback, but I do know because I've seen these type of situations hundreds of times that it does not have to pull back. It could easily push down to the next Fibonacci level, and maybe even more likely will do that. If it does push down to the next Fib level, then the dollar pairs could easily continue its uptrend. So please keep that in mind. Please keep in mind that the trend is your friend on any time frame that you may be trading. Starting off with the euro dollar, we're sitting at the 61%, but it's already pushed beyond that. It doesn't really seem like it's reacting that much to it. I am with anybody that thinks that it's due for a pullback. I totally agree that it is due for a pullback, but I also know for a fact that I've seen these type of situations, especially when the trading sentiment is so short, which it definitely is right now, where you're at a fib level, you think it's due for a pullback, and it just goes and goes and goes. So be very careful assuming that it's going to go down in any significant way. Yeah, if you watched yesterday's videos, then exactly what I said could happen is exactly what happened, which is it made an expanding ABC correction on the euro dollar, one down, three up, one down. I was talking about yesterday if we get a break and hold below structure, then it likely would keep going down. What happened is it went down, it broke structure, rejected structure, and just kept on going up. For me, there was really no reason whatsoever to go short right now. Now, if the news comes out and it goes down and breaks structure with momentum, then after that, I would start looking for shorts. But like I was saying on the higher time frames, there's nothing stopping this thing from just pulling back and just going and going and going and continuing the uptrend. So be very careful. I do agree that it looks like it needs a pullback. I do agree that it could be like a 3, 4, 5 and it could go down. But I also know that it definitely doesn't have to do that. So moving on to the pound dollar is also sitting at a Fibonacci level. Definitely looks like it potentially should make a pullback, but is it going to? I have no idea. Honestly, it definitely could be pushed beyond that Fibonacci level. This is very clearly a wave one, wave two, wave three. So we are in a wave three. The wave three is a very strong trend, as you can see. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, the pound dollar did break structure, and it did kind of hold below structure. So there is a chance this move up is like a wave B or possibly even a wave two, and there is a very good chance it pushes down to a Fibonacci level for like a wave C or possibly even a wave three, making this a 1, 2, 3 rather than an ABC. But for me personally, I think it's very dangerous in assuming that it's going to go down because this thing could easily just keep going up. So I definitely am still looking for logs on all the dollar pairs. I definitely would not suggest looking for shorts. I totally do agree that it looks like it should go down, but I also know that for a fact that I've seen these type of situations before where it looks like it should go down and it just keeps on going up, especially when the retail traders are so heavily short. They're probably not going to be letting people make money that easily. Moving on to the Aussie dollar, I still think the Aussie dollar is going to eventually find its strength and eventually just keep on trending up along with the other pairs. I still think this could be a wave one, wave two, and wave three. So I'm definitely very bullish on the Aussie dollar also going down to the 1 hour time frame. I wouldn't be surprised if this right here was ending another correction, honestly, on the Aussie dollar. I mean, this spike up right here kind of looks like it could be like that 3, 4, 5 that you see at the end of every trend. But I also think that it could possibly be like a wave A and like a wave B. And this could be like a big old giant expanding flat wave C. This thing could literally just continue the uptrend very easily. So I'm also looking for longs on the Aussie dollar. Logically, I would think to myself that, okay, well, this is an A, and that today's news is going to cause the end of a B, and then it's going to go down, make a C, and then continue the uptrend later on. That's what I would think, in Elliott wave terms. But because of how strong I know the dollar is, I think there's a chance this could be just an expanding ABC crescent, and it could just keep on going up. So be very careful with your shorts on any of the dollar pairs, I would say. Moving on to the Kiwi dollar, exactly the same analysis as the Aussie dollar, which is why I don't cover it. Exactly the same thing as the Aussie dollar. And the US dollar CAD. I'm kind of hoping the dollar CAD is not just going to keep on going down. I'm expecting a huge downtrend, but I'm hoping that this move down is only a wave A. I'm hoping it goes up and makes like an A, B, C like this, makes a proper ABC crescent. And that this right here is actually just an A, B, C of B. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen, but I also see the possibility on this one where it just goes and goes and goes and goes. So be very, very cautious. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, there really hasn't been any reason to think that this is going up yet. Yesterday, I was saying, oh, it looks like a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the only thing that confirms that is a break of structure. It looks like it made 1, 2, 3 waves up, and now it's heading back down. So be very cautious on this one too. I mean, honestly, this could keep on going down. I'm hoping that this is a wave A. I'm hoping that it turns up today, makes a wave B. And then I'm hoping later on it goes down for a wave C because that would set up for a really good trade later on if this was an A and this was a B and then it goes up for a wave C, just like what I showed on the daily time frame. Moving on to the dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss has been an extremely strong one to the downside, not only because of the dollar weakness, but because of the Swiss strength. I think eventually this is going to go down, take out the lows on the daily weekly. I also think that we're due for a pullback on this one, which really hasn't happened. I was hoping to see a bigger pullback this week so we could get short, but boy, this is very obviously a wave one, a wave two, and this is very obviously a wave three. And at this point, it might just keep on stretching out. It might go all the way down here before you see a more significant pullback. So I would also be very cautious about counter trend trading any of these moves. I was hoping that this move right here was going to make a bigger pullback, like a 50% pullback to the whole move, but it definitely didn't. It just made a little ABC correction and just bam, right back down. Now, I also agree that this looks like it's due for a correction, but the fact that it's closing below the 78% makes me think that it will go down to the 100% to take out that structure that I showed on the daily time frame. So I honestly think there's probably a better chance that this will keep on going down. And honestly, even if it does go up, I have zero desire to go long because I'm only looking for shorts right now on every single dollar pair. I'm only looking to go short on the dollar probably for the next several weeks, most likely. Anyways, let's take it to gold. Gold has been actually very slow going pretty much all week long. We got a whole bunch of doji candles, probably because of the negotiations going on with Ukraine. If they do end that war between Ukraine and Russia, then gold probably will make a pretty big move down. If not, this actually could still be an expanding ABC crescent, and it could still end up pushing up. I definitely see the possibility of this being a wave three, this being a wave four, and now we're in a wave five, and then we're going all the way up to the $3,000 area for wave five. But because of the symmetry of this move, and it looks like it's already got 5 waves, and it looks like it has a 1-2 over here, it's probably more likely that this is a wave A, and it's probably more likely this is a wave B, and it's probably more likely it will go down for a wave C before it goes up and makes that big old wave 5. So I'm still sticking to this analysis, going down for a wave 4 to match the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we got. But I also know that sometimes what we think is a wave B is actually the continuation of the uptrend. So, anyways, moving on to the 1 hour time frame, been very overlapping all week long. I don't know what's up with gold. Must be because of, like I said, what's going on with Ukraine. But I still think this is an uptrend, possibly a wave A. This is still all very corrective, possibly a wave B. I mean, if it goes up to a fib level, the 78% or the 88% turns down with momentum, it might end up going back down. It might end up being a wave B. But I would be very cautious of assuming that also because it could go up to a fib level, bounce, go up, bounce, and just keep on going, making that wave 5, like I was explaining on the daily time frame. So really what I would like to see is I'd like to see it go up to a fib level, break structure. That would tell me that the wave C is over and then we're going back down. If it just goes up to a fib level, bounces, doesn't break structure, and just does this, then obviously the trend is up and we should continue to look for longs. So moving on to the US dollar yen, I'm definitely still very bearish the yen pairs. I still think that the yen pairs are going down overall, especially the dollar yen because of the dollar index going down. The last structure level on the dollars yen is up here. We got a Fibonacci level approaching, which is probably going to be an area of support, but I definitely would be focused on shorts. I do think this daily, weekly time frame will continue to make lower lows, lower highs. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I personally am definitely looking for shorts. There has been a couple of pretty decent little pullbacks already this week. Even though that's a lower high, that definitely is a three-way pullback. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short now. I would, and I don't know if it's going to make a pullback now or not. It potentially could keep going down. Excuse me. But I do know that if it does make some sort of a three-way pullback, I definitely am going to be focused on going short every single chance I get, especially because we haven't hit that 61% Fibonacci level on the higher time frames, which is why I think there's a good chance it's probably just going to keep drifting down to that 61% before we see that much of a pullback at all, really. So, anyways, moving on to the euro yen. The euro itself is extremely strong, so I think if I was going to choose a yen pair to go short on, it would not be this one. But I still think there's a good chance that this is like an ABC correction, and I still think there's a good chance at some point it's going to go down, potentially pretty strong. Excuse me. So, anyways, going down to the 1 hour time frame. Because of how strong the euro is, I don't think I would want to go short on this. If it goes up and makes like a double top and then goes down and then breaks structure, then at that point, I probably would try to go short. But as of right now, I'm definitely very bullish. It kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, so there probably is a pretty good chance that this is a wave 4 and this is a wave 5. So if it goes up, makes a double top, then turns back down, breaks structure, then it probably will end up continuing down in a big way. So definitely be careful of that. I would be focused on shorts definitely, but I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short too heavily until I at least see a double top and a break of structure. Moving on to the pound yen. The pound yen possibly might have already made an ABC correction. I mean, it definitely looks like three waves up. It's a lower high, and most wave C's do take out the higher wave A, but excuse me, sorry. But yeah, I mean, the trend is definitely down on the yen pairs and definitely up on the JPY basket. So I'm definitely still looking for shorts in a downtrend. So moving down to the 1 hour time frame, to me, this looks like impulsive up. It looks like three waves down. It looks like a wave A, possible wave B, and then maybe we're in a wave C already. I would be watching for a Fibonacci bounce because this thing definitely looks like it could already be a wave C starting now, maybe like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Maybe this is a 1, maybe this is a 2, and eventually it goes down for wave 3. That's definitely what I think would happen on this one. So, anyways, don't forget to join my free Discord channel, which is linked down here in the corner. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.